Today, guys, I'm going to be ranking all 20 of the Pixar movies, and first things first, I gotta address this. Our opinions and list is going to be 100% completely different. That much I can promise you. Also, there's a couple Pixar movies I haven't seen, or it's been a really long time since I've seen them, so they're going to be down on my bottom, and you'll know why. So no one attack me, because one of them is extremely popular, but it's been so long since I've seen it. So, first things first, number 20. So this movie is going to be Brave, and this is one of the movies I never seen, and I've seen it, like bits and parts of it, you know, at sleepovers, but I was like, nah, I'm never really interested in this movie. And I think it came out I don't remember when it came out, but it was never just a movie that really like drove me. I gotta go see this. It never did that for me as like The Incredibles 2 did recently, or Finding Dory, or Monsters University. None didn't really do that for me as a Pixar movie. Next, we're going to number 19, and this one is the one that's going to get me very attacked right now, and that's going to be WALL-E. And reason for that is not because I didn't think it was great. I didn't love how WALL-E saw the world. It's been a long time since I've seen this movie, and I don't really remember how it ends. So there's no way I could put that on my top 5, top 10, but I don't really remember how it ended. It's definitely a movie we gotta see. Number 19, WALL-E. No one get too crazy. I know it's a lot of people's number 1. It's rated one of the best Pixar movies of all time. It's just been a long time since I've seen it, so no one get too angry. Now we're going into number 18, and that's going to be The Good Dinosaur. And this was, I believe, was the lowest grossing Pixar film, and not for good reason, but a movie that never really, I remember it being very unmemorable. And, you know, that happens with movies. So, definitely The Good Dinosaur is my number 18. Never really, I don't believe even finished the whole movie. Kind of just got tired and went to sleep, or turned it off halfway through because it wasn't really doing for me, as most Pixar movies do. Number 17 is going to be Cars 2, and the reason for that is I think there's a lot of people hate on the Cars 2 movie. I loved Cars 1. I loved Cars 3. Cars 2 is another movie that's very unmemorable. It's like Tokyo Drift. They're racing in Italy. You know, I'm not really down for this kind of different movie. It wasn't really the same. The characters didn't really seem the same either, so Cars 2 never really did it for me, again, as most Pixar movies do. Number 16 is going to be A Bug's Life, and not really any particular reason. It was in 1998, actually the year before I was born, so it's definitely an older movie. Wasn't one I was so like, I gotta watch this movie again. I think I've seen it twice in my life, my 19 years, and I've never been like, oh my god, I gotta watch it again! Mom, put it in the DVD if I gotta watch it. No, it was never something I really had to do. So, number 16 is going to be A Bug's Life for me. Number 15 is going to be Inside Out. And this was a movie that everyone loved. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, the best Pixar movie ever! Oh my god! But I was like, never a movie that really did it for me. It was very predictable. I know it's for little kids, but for me, it was just like predictable what was gonna happen. And it just kind of made me kind of like, you know, never once was really like laughing or really truly enjoying it. So number 15 is going to be Inside Out. I know it's a lot of people's top 10. For me, it's going to ride smoothly on number 15. Number 14, this movie came out last year, and I know many people love it. It is Coco. And my biggest problem with Coco was Pixar movies aren't musicals. And that's exactly what this movie was to me. It had too many numbers. If it's a Disney movie, Disney movies always have the numbers. Aladdin, all those, you know, they're singing movies. Frozen, go for it. But if you're going to label yourself a Pixar movie, you can't be singing in my book. And that's just my personal opinion. The graphics were great. It wasn't anything against that. I think the storyline was kind of predictable how everything's going. Again, I know it's for little kids, but to me, don't be singing in Pixar movies. And it was definitely predictable. I don't care what anyone says. Number 13 is going to be Finding Dory. And this movie came out, I believe, 2 years ago, and it was a movie I was so excited to see. Me and my girlfriend were like, 13 years later, oh my gosh, hashtag what? Yes, we were super duper excited to see this movie, but after I saw it in theaters, I was like, oh my gosh, I love it. But when I bought it for my girlfriend on DVD and we rewatched it, I was like, what did I love so much about this movie? It was definitely kind of just, it's a slower version of Finding Nemo. And Finding Nemo was fantastic. Finding Dory just kind of trot along in its shadow, and it honestly didn't even be made. It was all kind of the same thing. I love Marlin and Nemo, and they were barely in it. They were nowhere to be found, honestly. So I loved Hank the Octopus, this dude right here. He was awesome. Different kind of cool characters, but never really it was for a sequel. It's exactly what sequels are. They're not as good as the first one. That's exactly what we had here. Coming in at number 12 is going to be Cars 3. And Not that I didn't hate this movie. I love the tribute to Doc. I never knew what actually happened to him. Maybe it was in Cars 2. I never actually finished Cars 2. But Cars 3, it was definitely had the humor, definitely kind of back to the original roots. It brought us back for sure. But coming up in these later numbers, guys, my Pixar movies are going to be like really, really close. They're always switching and changing. So Cars 3, number 12. We're on 12, right? Yes, goodness. So number 12 is Cars 3 for me. At number 11 is going to be Monsters University, and this is a movie I absolutely love, but that's how tough my top 10 is going to be. Number 11, Monsters University. I loved all the new monsters. I love the prequel. It was actually a prequel. Sequels are prequels is actually pretty good. How Mike Wazowski and the man Sully actually meet. They're in college. We get Randall, and at the end of the movie, Randall's like, whatever, Mike, coming for you, Mike Wazowski. You know, you're like, oh my god. So it's always leading up to Monsters, Inc., and definitely love all the different monsters. This guy right here, how he's always like just so funny, so silly, super duper funny, and super duper entertaining. That's for sure. Number 10 is going to be Cars. And again, no really particular reason it's going to be down in 10th place. But for some reason, I definitely enjoy the humor. I found this movie kind of dragging on a little bit for me in certain times, certain places. But Lightning McQueen in the beginning of the movie is on the top, and he definitely gets humbled out. So that's one thing I really enjoyed, and it kind of shows out again in Cars 3. But Cars is definitely an entertaining, kind of different kind of way movie. And it's crazy how Pixar's like, we're going to make Cars talk, and it's going to be crazy cool. So that's definitely awesome. And you know, but number 10 for me, never really is a movie I'm always thinking like, oh my god, toss it in there, let's watch it again, let's watch it again, let's watch it again. Never one that really, really drove it home for me in that way. Number 9 is going to be Finding Nemo. And I honestly love Dory. I love Marlin. I love the whole storyline and stuff. But again, this movie seems like it's so long. I believe it's only like an hour and 45 minutes. But this movie kind of does drag along. I did say it's fantastic, and I do believe it's fantastic. But at certain times in the movie, this is when I think Pixar wasn't really making you laugh so hard. Dory would make you giggle here and there. But again, the story was, we obviously know he's going to find Nemo. The mom does die in the beginning, and my dad's girlfriend always freaks out how Pixar hates moms. It always kills the mom. Disney hates moms, you know, and so definitely it just dragged on for me. So it still like enjoy the movie to all heck, but never really like, again, drove it home. It's the only thing I can describe it as. Like, I gotta throw it in the DVD player. It's not one I really gotta do. I'm coming into some that definitely are those movies. Number 8 is going to be The Incredibles. And this is a movie that I'm always like, hey, let's toss this in. Let's watch this bad boy. And it's just it's the best Fantastic Four version ever. I'm not throwing any hate. I kind of am, but not any of the other Fantastic Four movies. It's got the cool characters. It's got the in-depth of all of them. Love Dash, love Violet, love Jack. I wish we got more of him. The villain was pretty cool. Would have been definitely awesome to see, what's his name? Syndrome is the villain in Incredibles 2, but definitely enjoyed Incredibles 1. Number 8 for me. Number 7 is going to be Toy Story 2. And the reason I really enjoyed this movie was we get introduced to the Wild West Jessie. And she is just super duper cool, super duper awesome. And we get the awesome little tearjerker scene, like when she loved me, that super scene when she's thinking about her old owner. And we get introduced to Bullseye and all these super awesome duper cool characters. At number 6 is going to be Monsters, Inc. And I definitely 100% enjoy the heck out of this movie. I haven't been seeing it probably 5 years, but not long. It's just so, like, how it's created, all the monsters, the scare. Like, I love the storyline and how it's all kind of warped together. Like, we're scarers, and I'm like Michael Zalski's the assistant. They have different jobs, and I really, really enjoy that of the movie and how they actually get in a real emotionally attached to one of the kids they're trying to scare. Super duper cool and super duper just creative, I guess you could say. The number 5 is going to be Incredibles 2, and I 100% thought this movie was better than the first Incredibles. I love how they switched the roles. Elastigirl going out there kicking butt, and Mr. Incredible staying home, trying to take care of the kids to the best of his ability. The humor was better. There was more action scenes, and there was some plot twists in there no one saw coming. Well, if you see movies a lot, you definitely would see coming. But Incredibles 2 is my number 5. These next 4 are all switching all the time. And number 4 is going to be... That's like a 5, 4.5. It's a 4 is going to be Up. And I really, really enjoyed this movie because it shows that no matter how old you get, if you have a dream, you can always follow it. Russell is 100% hilarious. The talking dogs, the birds, the balloons, how the animation looks is out of this world when the balloons are going up in the air. You're just like, what? How can Pixar create something this beautiful, this unique, and everything? That's the number one word I would describe this movie is just, it is unique. Number 3 is going to be the first Toy Story, and we get introduced to all these toys. And when you're a kid, this is one of my favorite movies, because when I was a kid, I thought my stuffed animals and all my action figures were alive when I was playing with them, and I can literally relate to how Andy is playing with his toys. And when I come in, we're all like, we're back to toys, you know, but when I leave, they're all playing. I actually have a theory. When my teddy bear was laying on my bed, and when I left for a week, it came back and he was facing the other way, like upside down. I was like, Mom, it's like Toy Story. They're actually freaking alive. And she's like, okay, yeah, no. But 100%, I love Toy Story. My number 3, top 2. These two are always switching. My number 2 is going to be Ratatouille. And I love this movie because literally, it's like the creativeness of this movie is out of this world. How the rat grabs his hair and moves him and it controls his whole body. And you're just like, what? How is this even possible to even think of? He knows how to cook. He teaches Linguini, Mamma Mia, Capito. He teaches him how to cook and be the master chef he is. And Remy, the voice for Remy, I 100% love. Ratatouille, my number 2, is my number 1 for a long while. It's my number 2. It's just the whole story, the whole everything, family, food, everything. It's just, it's amazing. Yes. And finally, guys, my number 1 is going to be Toy Story 3. And the real reason for this is my brother was born on the year that the first Toy Story was. And when they came out with this third Toy Story, he was a senior in high school, about to go off for college. And that's exactly where my brother was. And I was like, wow, how much of a masterpiece is this movie going to be? Because they grow up with you. They let you grow up, and then you're there. Like Incredibles 2, it's right after. Finding Dory, it seems to be right after. Like Nemo's still the same age, but you get to grow with Andy. You all the year to yourself, and then you realize, I got a phone now. I got girlfriends. I got a car. I don't really need my toys. And you open toy chests, and they're all there. The opening scene, how it relates back to Andy, and the ending. This is the biggest tearjerker for me. That when they're all sitting there and they're going down to the lava and we're gonna do this together, they all hold hands. Oh my good golly gee, I 100% love it. So guys, there's my top 20 list. Comment down yours below. If you don't have all 20 ranked, your 5, 3, or your first favorite one, be sure to hit that subscribe button, a big thumbs up button for me, and I will see you guys next week with Equalizer 2 reviews coming out and all that good stuff. So be sure make sure you subscribe, because you're not going to want to miss a beat. That is all I got for you guys today, so be sure to go see a movie and to love yourself first, because that be the key to life right there. Peace.
We don't go